Go for it.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the MulletCast, the podcast where business and pleasure collide. My name is Evan Balmer. Follow me on Instagram at Evan Balmer. Today we have a very special dad and daughter podcast going on. Our guest is my daughter, Presley Balmer. What's going on, Presley?
What's up?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Are you here against your will this morning? I want you to
Yes.
You're not blinking like for help to the Facebook camera, are you? Like sending out secret SOS messages?
No.
All right.
I mean, I should, but
So it was a little bit of a surprise for you to come here this morning, right?
yeah. 9:50 in the morning. I have a surprise for you. Drink your water. Let's go.
And why is it important to drink water in the morning? What situation did you find yourself in yesterday?
I didn't drink any water all day, and we were walking 17 blocks in the city, and I'm like, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, and what time of day was that? Like 4 o'clock
No.
or something? No, 2 o'clock?
Yeah, like 2.
And you still hadn't drunk any water all day?
Yeah.
So that's something to work on. So anyway, one reason I thought to come here, obviously, Ming always preaches, like, podcast with your family and record those special moments and memories, right? But you just wrapped up middle school and are on the way to high school, so I thought it'd be a cool time to check in with you and see what's up. So how would you summarize your middle school experience?
Small, annoying, not fun.
What?
Well, I mean, 8th grade was fun, but everything else was really boring.
So why was it not fun?
Because it just wasn't.
Why? I mean, I looking from the outside, I thought you had fun in lots of middle school. No?
Extracurriculars were fun.
Right.
School itself was not fun.
So what sports did you play?
Soccer, basketball, and softball.
Did you have a favorite?
Basketball. It's
Yeah.
only when I'm playing in high school, so.
Are you? You have a favorite basketball player? Or team?
Yeah, not really.
No.
I'm a fake fan.
Yeah. What do you like about basketball?
I don't know. It's just fun. I don't know.
You like taking it to the hoop?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So, what else? Like, what was unique about middle school? I mean, your school was unique because you only had, like, 14 kids.
in my grade.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
So, what were the challenges of that?
Well, okay, I was with the same people since kindergarten, so,
Right.
like, we all knew everything about each other.
Right.
Like, too much about each other. And then, like, we all got tired of each other a lot. So then, like, everyone would just always be, like, arguing and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, at the end of the day, it was, like, everyone was, like, a family. But now everyone's going to different high schools, so.
Right. It's kind of like your
Yay.
family's all going away, right?
Yeah, I mean, we still talk.
Yeah.
We got Snapchat.
That's cool. So what's it like for a kid to have, like, Snapchat and other social media these days? I mean, is that basically a part of your life every day?
Yeah.
What do you
I
use
mean,
the
it's
most?
like, I prefer texting, but I Snapchat people more because people don't text a lot anymore. But, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of stressful, honestly. Like,
So take me through a typical day of social media use.
I don't know. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, so what do you do on Snap? I don't use
Like,
Snapchat.
what?
So what do you do on Snapchat?
What do you mean?
How's your day start? Do you wake up and you start Snapchatting people?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
And what are you telling them?
No, like, what's up? No, I don't know. It depends. Like, you're having, like, conversations.
So, who did you reach out to this morning?
My friend Amelia, because she asked me how Waitress was last night.
All right.
I don't know. I just open what I do. I actually don't open a lot of people's Snapchats, and that's really bad because people, like, I find things, like, 5 days later that people sent me, and they're like, they, like, ask me a question. I'm like, oh, sorry. I didn't open it.
Yeah.
I don't know. The other day, I, like, didn't go on my phone all day, and it felt really nice.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Did you
I'd have
ruin
to-
streaks, though?
No. Dad.
What did I just say that embarrassed you?
Did you ruin streaks?
Well, I mean, that's what you talk about. You're like, I got to keep my streaks going.
Because, no, I was talking about that because Sam got her phone taken away.
Right. But you also said, what grade did you go away on a class trip where there was no technology?
Yeah. In 7th grade, we went to the Poconos, and we weren't allowed to bring our phones. We were there for, like, 3 days.
Right.
And then a lot of people had people, like, logging into their Snapchats to keep them, but I didn't want to do that because it's stupid.
Right.
And, like, I don't know.
So that was definitely a priority for some people, was, like, keeping streaks alive.
I didn't really care.
Okay.
I just, yeah.
Cool. So you feel like it's pressure to have it, or do you feel like it's useful?
No, it's definitely pressure.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have it, people are like, what the heck, why don't you have a Snapchat?
Right. And what benefit do you think it brings you?
I don't know. Like talking to people? I don't know. Using filters.
Right. Is that the main purpose of it? I mean, do you see it as something like you'll use like later in life? How would you take it from now until?
I really use it for like talking to people, and that's really its main purpose.
Right.
Like, it's not for anything special.
Yeah. Do you feel like you talk to people less, like voice talk?
What, when I'm like on my phone?
No, just in general. Do you think because you're texting or messaging people on Snapchat, do you feel like you don't talk to people as often?
Like on my phone. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Like an actual conversation on your phone or in person or anything?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of people, they don't know how to talk in real life.
Right.
And they use like Snapchat to do that.
So it's almost like right, they're like different.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't like that. I'm like, you're not the same.
Right. So was it hard to have that going on during middle school? Like, everyone's so connected with social media and all that stuff.
A little bit. I mean, like, we weren't allowed to have like our phones in school.
Right.
But like when we did, like everyone was like antisocial and like bad.
Right.
Cuz when don't tell anyone I said this
Well,
from my old
everybody.
school, but like when the 7th graders, when we were in 8th grade, when the 7th graders went to peak, all of the teachers did not care what we did. Like, we caused like a mess out of the entire school. Like, people, have you ever seen that thing where people put like a pencil on a wall and they like shoot it up and like it sticks to the wall?
Have I ever seen that thing? I mean, you're talking about my entire childhood consisted of walking through the school, my hallways, my elementary school, and throwing pencils into the ceiling.
Not into the ceiling. We like, you put it on the wall, you hold
Right.
it against the wall, and then you push up and it sticks to the wall.
Does it really?
So we put pencils all over the wall.
Did you know this?
No, that's new to me.
You want to try this, man?
Let's do
So is it like a little static electricity on the wall?
I guess. I don't
That's
know.
pretty
I don't
sweet.
really know what's behind it. I think it was like a meme, and then everyone thought it was funny.
That's pretty funny.
Like, I have like videos on my phone.
All right, we'll have to try that.
Yeah, so
So when I was a kid, you had asbestos ceilings because it was good for your lungs, and you walked down.
you just called yourself old.
Yeah, totally. And you walk through the hallways, and you'd go like this, and you'd try to, your goal was to get your pencil to stick into the ceiling. So you'd walk down the hall, and you'd see like pencils jammed up in the ceiling, and then the asbestos would rain down on you, and you'd breathe it in. It was sweet. That's what I thought you were talking about. Yeah. Nah. So that was like the highlight of 8th grade was the 7th graders are away, and you guys could do what you want.
Yeah, so pretty much like we had our phones like the entire time. I really just used it to listen to music. I didn't really I don't know.
Right.
But a lot of people were abusing their privileges and like being crazy. So pretty much we filled the entire like hallways and classrooms with like pencils all over the wall.
Right.
And on Friday, like, we had this substitute last period, and she's like, you need to take all this down because they're gonna kill you when they come back and see this. And no one ever found out about
Really?
all the things that happened.
That's pretty sweet.
Because Dr. Morris was gone too. Our principal was gone.
Was
so,
he?
Yeah.
So it was total like chaos down
Oh,
there.
yeah.
We won't mention the name of the school
Oh,
or anything.
no,
but
yeah,
that's all
no
right.
school.
It was under siege.
If you didn't get there yet.
Yeah.
If you didn't figure it out.
That's pretty funny. All right. So at some point of your elementary school experience, you add music into your life. Where'd your interest in music start?
I don't know. I feel like I've always like liked music, but I never really like did anything with it.
Mm.
And then was I like telling you that I wanted to do music. Like, I don't really remember.
Yeah. So what you were telling me was you want to take vocal lessons at some point, is what you said. So
When did I say that? I don't remember that.
What's your earliest memory of, like, who are, like, artists you remember? So most of your experience is, like, listening to music.
Yeah, so I remember when you went away to Michigan and you gave me, like, that, like, square, like, iPod thing.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
You got me, like, this pink iPod
the Nano.
square.
Remember the iPod Nano? That's a sweet one.
You got me one of those.
Is that a Nano clip to your shirt right there? No.
You got me one of those, and
Right.
I remember I would always, like, put in, like, earbuds in it. And I think you put a bunch of old music. I don't remember exactly what, but I remember, like, a couple songs that were on there. I remember, like, Born This Way by Lady Gaga.
Right.
I was always on there. You put, like, a couple Pink songs for no reason.
Really? There's probably some deep vocal messages in there, lyrical messages.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, you put a couple songs. Oh, you know what song you put? You put All Star by Smash Mouth.
Was it really? That's pretty funny. I don't remember that being on there. See, that's that positive message. I told you were an all-star from an early age.
Okay. Yeah, that was your intention.
Got you there, right.
I think it was because we watched Shrek a lot. I think that's the real reason.
Shrek. Definitely the Counting Crows tune from Shrek was on there.
Yeah.
What's that song?
Accidentally in Love.
Right, that's a good one. I think I Love Rock and Roll. I remember you used to love that song.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do remember a song that's on there because you used to argue with me, and the reason it's on there, it was Sweet Home Alabama, Little Skinnerd, and you were so dead set convinced that it was Sweet Home Adabada, and you'd argue with me constantly that they're saying Adabada, not Alabama. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember any of your other key mispronunciation
we're not
words?
gonna
Come on,
talk
let's go
about
through
it.
that.
No, it's fine. I'm good.
So that was around the age. Adabada, you were also convinced that it was a muspash instead of a mustache. What was the other one? Come on, you guys.
He's like, stop.
He's like, this isn't what podcasts are made for, man. They're not for embarrassing your kids. Geronimo, that was a big one. All right,
I think
we get the point.
They get the idea.
All right, so you grew up. Your earliest musical memories are Nanos. Mine are actually, and talking about asbestos ceilings, was the Walkman, which basically revolutionized your life, where you could take a piece of music, stick it in this thing on a cassette tape, walk around with headphones. And so, like, I remember at that age was like, I was in charge of walking the family dog. I'd go out walk the dog in the morning and night, and have my Walkman on was the first time you could, like, cruise around and listen to music places. It was pretty cool. And it's a classic, like...
I just read a book for my summer reading, and it had, like, the kid had, like, a Walkman. Because it was based, like, the 80s, the book. So, like...
Yeah. That's probably about when it came out, like 1980-ish. I remember Zeppelin 2. I'd walk around listening to that on cassette. It was sweet. All right, so at some point you tell me you want to be a singer, is what you said. So you started taking vocal lessons at Lake House. What was that experience like in the beginning?
Well, okay.
So this is another situation I get you in where it's a surprise, right?
There's a lot of these.
Like
there's a lot of these situations, and I don't like them because I'm always really overwhelmed, and I feel like, I feel obligated to look nice. I feel obligated, like, I have a whole list of, like, things that I need to be prepared for these things, and you just, like...
Do you get these hang-ups from your mother? Because obviously your father's very relaxed. Like,
I don't...
It's not my parenting that's causing this, is it?
I don't think so.
I'm looking to defer blame. No,
I
just
mean,
kidding.
okay, so it was for, like, my birthday, I guess.
Right.
And you were like, we're walking in Asbury, like, along Lake Ave. I didn't know where we were at the point at, like, the time. I had no idea what was going on. He's like, oh, we gotta run a couple errands, whatever.
Right.
So we walk in this place. There's, like, this coffee thing going on, and then there's all these kids, like, sitting on the seats, and they're like in Halloween costumes. I'm like, what's going on? Like, where are we? And there's like, I didn't even see Russo. Like at that point, like I was so oblivious to what was going on. I was like, oh, he's just getting coffee, whatever. So then you like go in the elevator, and I'm like, where are we going? And then you're like, Lake House Music and Recording Studios, and I'm like, what? So when I first got there, I was gonna start crying. Like I did start crying eventually. Like I was so like stressed. I was not prepared for that.
Right.
So we walk into the office, be like, sit down. What was Albie dressed up as?
Albie was Jerry Garcia.
So he looked nothing like himself, and I'm like, who is this guy? Like he's so weird. Like, where am I? There's all these kids in costumes everywhere. Like, it's, like, complete chaos. It was the worst day that we could have gone for a trial or anything. And didn't he say he was going to, like, throw me in with a band that day?
He did, and you were definitely not ready.
I was like, no.
Right.
So I cried a little bit, and then I got myself together. I was like, oh, I want to do this. Okay, it's fine. Right. So then I was a little like nervous. So the next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually, I think you were like away.
Yeah, so we had to wait
it was like a 2-week layover.
So I go into this room, and there's a drum set. It's really small too. It's probably like the smallest room in Lake House. A drum set, a piano, a couple microphones, like whatever.
Right.
Oh, it was not what I expected at all. Like I had this whole like envision like of like crazy stuff, but it's like simple.
Right.
And I'm like it was like probably a bunch of kids that were pretty like younger than me, but like I had the same level as them because I wasn't like.
Right. Yeah. So you kind of got thrown into. You had never taken music lessons. Their semester kind of started, so you were like coming in a couple weeks late, and then you got thrown to the wolves. And
it was actually like a month or so later.
Right. Yeah, because your birthday was October. They probably started.
Like
you
September.
were late October. They probably started early October. So yeah, on the walk up, you definitely said, "I don't want to go in. I don't want to do this." But you went in, and what happened?
Yeah, I was really happy. And then I kept going.
That was a mind blow.
Yeah.
So what advice would you have for the kids out there for getting thrown into uncomfortable situations?
I mean, I still get uncomfortable and I still freak out, but like, I mean, not as bad. I don't cry anymore.
Yeah.
But like, just don't let your like fear take advantage of you, because it could ruin it. Like you could like psych yourself out of doing something that could like change your life. So.
That's true. That's pretty well said. So, what do you think you're afraid of in those kind of situations?
Social situations.
Yeah, like afraid of.
Yeah, I don't like meeting new people.
Right.
No offense, anyone. You guys are cool.
You like those?
Not well. I mean, like people like kind of my age and stuff, and also I had never done something like that before, and I had no idea what I was going into.
Right.
So I was kind of like panicking because I had no idea what was about to happen.
Right. So you afraid of like how other people are gonna like what they're gonna think of you?
Yeah.
Like
which
judgment.
is really bad.
Right. So
I've gotten over that a little bit. I've learned to just like whatever.
Right.
I feel like most of the time everyone's kind of in the same like headspace.
Totally.
Like they're like paranoid and insecure, so like I just don't.
So you gotta remember, like everyone's feeling the exact same way.
Yeah, like in every situation.
So
like,
I mean, would you be surprised if I told you like I have that exact same feeling every day also?
No.
And I actually walked into a music class at
Lake House
with absolutely like not only zero confidence in my musical ability, but like less than zero, and had never even touched a bass before and knew I was supposed to play bass with people. And I was like,
wait, didn't you want to play guitar?
Well, I'd rather play guitar, but I thought bass would be easier, so I went that route. So to walk into a room with people and hold a bass for the first time.
Yeah,
like, okay.
I know, but you were in like a beginner's thing.
Right.
So that was a little bit easier. I was with people that had been going for like years.
Right.
And I was like, oh gosh.
All right, so you're...
And now, like, all of them are gone, which is crazy. Like, everyone that was in my first, like, band.
Right.
I don't think there's one person left that still goes to Lake House.
So tell me about some of your, like, quick experiences through Lake House. Like, how did it evolve from
okay, so
being afraid the first day?
I was with one band for 2 semesters. Neon Rubik's. I was with them for 2 semesters. We played at the Stone Pony and the Wonder Bar.
Pretty cool. What was your first gig like?
I was sick, actually, the week before.
That's right.
I was really sick for like a week. I lost my voice completely. I was freaking out because this was my first show ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I got super sick. I didn't go to school for a week. I had no voice. So I'm like drinking like 6 cups of tea, like chugging water, throwing cough drops in my mouth, like just trying to like clear myself out and just like get on stage.
Do you think you were freaked out that week? Were you freaked out about the gig at all?
Yeah.
Or did you just legit get sick?
Do
you think it was a combination?
I think it was a combination. Like, I literally just got sick and then, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, like, a thing that happens. Like, I always, like, get sick or something, like, right before a gig or something.
Yeah.
Like, or something important. Like, it's really weird.
So were you freaking out that week before you got sick even? Were you like, oh, my God, we got a gig?
I don't really remember. I don't think so, though.
Yeah.
I think it just so happened that, like, my luck.
Right.
It stinks.
But you were really sick at that time.
Yeah. So, I just kind of had to get on stage, and I had a lot of people there.
Yeah, I saw some Neon Rubik's signs in the crowd.
Well, yeah, I know, but like you someone's grandpa, you invited a bunch of people, so I like had a good amount of people there.
So what was it like that day, knowing you're hopping on stage at the Pony?
I was really overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. But, like, I was really excited because, like, I knew that that's, like, what I wanted to do.
Right.
And I got, like, really pretty close with, like, the people in that band. So, like, I was really excited.
Right. I mean, and for us, we hadn't seen you perform at all. So, like, from our perspective, it was like we knew you were going to lessons every week, practicing with a band.
Yeah.
But had no idea what to expect. And then you stepped out on stage at the Pony and totally crushed it. We're like, wow. It was cool.
I crushed it a little.
Well, I mean, it was really impressive that in that short period of time, you know. So what's that experience been like to be able to go out and play gigs?
Kind of crazy because if you think about the kind of people that have played at some of the gigs,
right.
some of the venues, it's like crazy.
Right.
And then like also it's like kind of, I don't know.
So you've played the same stage as the Jonas Brothers now?
Yeah.
Who's That's pretty sweet. That's cool. They actually seem to be trolling you lately, right?
Yeah, like we saw them on the Asbury Boardwalk, and then last night we're in the city and they're playing Madison Square Garden, kind of following me around.
Yeah. All right, so you got to play the gigs, and then how did music become more of a part of your life during this whole time?
Okay, well, obviously I was going to Lake House every week. And then, like, I don't know, kind of started to get, like, I started to like it a lot more than I thought I did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though, like, I did really like it, I liked it even more than I knew I did.
Right.
And, I pretty much just started, like, it just started becoming just, like, such a big part of my life. And then, my county has a bunch of vocational schools, right. And for the longest time, I thought I wanted to apply to a math and science school. But then, like, 8th grade, I decided to apply to a performing arts school, and
so that's kind of a big shift, right?
Yeah. So honestly, I had like this amount of like faith in myself. I was like, all these other people have definitely been like dancing and all this stuff for like their entire lives. Like, there's so many people that are like that they got into school. I'm like, I've only been doing this for a year. There's just no way.
Right.
Like, it's nearly impossible. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm like, writing an essay, filling out applications. And then, like, January, I go and I take this test. I have a kid in front of me that's dancing the entire time. Nice. He's, like, every time he finished, I knew, because he's just, like, like, dancing, and I'm like,
now,
oh, my gosh.
Moves don't translate on podcasts, so he was,
well, you know.
Right. Well, you're on video, too, so that's cool.
I was like, that.
Right.
So he's just, like, dancing in front of me, and I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to die. This is so bad. The girl next to me is wearing, like, dancer tights.
Right.
And, like, ballet flats. I'm like, where am I right now? Like, this is crazy. And then the next week, I have my audition.
Right. Have you ever had to audition before? It's your first one, right?
Well, probably. Yeah, my first, like, real audition.
Right.
Because, like, I did, like, my school musical, but that was, like, not good. It wasn't an actual, like, audition.
Right. So you did have school musical auditions.
Yeah, I know,
right?
But I, like, knew the people.
So did this feel like a lot of pressure?
So, yeah. So, you pretty much, like, you sat in a big row of chairs. There's probably, like, 20 people there. Mm-hmm. And, like, the one girl that's, like, next to me is, like, telling everyone they're going to be fine, like, trying to, like, make friends. And I'm like... And then the other girl next to me is, like, crying.
All right.
And I'm actually, like, kind of friends with her now, which is weird. But she was, like, crying.
So she got in?
Yeah, but she was, like, crying because she didn't know another girl that, like, went to her school and she felt bad. Like, it was just a really weird experience. I was like, what is happening right now? Like, everyone's, like,
so obviously
freaking
there's a lot
out.
of emotion going on.
And it was stressing me out a lot. So... Then I'm on, like, the final chair. And when you're on the final chair, you have to walk up the stairs. Do you know what stairs I'm talking about now that you saw the school?
To the second floor?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I had to walk up those stairs. I'm in, like, this flower dress or something. Like, I have heels on. Like, I, like, twist my ankle on the way up. Like, I'm a mess.
Right.
And you go up, and there's, like, a junior sitting, like, right here.
Uh-huh.
And then here... And then there's 2 more chairs. So you sit on that chair farthest from the door, and you hear the people that are going before you. Now, of course, the girl before me sings a full-blown opera song.
No way.
And, like, hits everything perfectly. It was like I was listening to, like, a professional. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Right.
I was like, I'm a joke. Like, why am I here? So I go in, and I sing, like, a Lady Gaga song and an Annie song.
So which songs did you sing?
I sung Maybe from Annie.
Okay.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
And then I sang Edge of Glory.
That's cool.
So the opera song really had me shaking. I'm like, oh gosh. So the lady, like the vocal teacher, she comes out. She's like, what's your accompaniment? So my piano teacher my vocal teacher.
Do you want to give him a shout out?
David Ross-Lawn. Go listen to his episode of the MulletCast.
Nice. Good plug.
So he, like, did a accompaniment. I can't talk.
Yeah.
Accompaniment, whatever.
So he recorded the piece.
So I, like, gave it to her, whatever. And it's in, like, the classroom.
Right.
So there's, like, 3 like, random people. And then she's sitting on the side at, like, the piano. And the one guy's, like, eating a bagel, and I can't tell if he's, like, really invested in what I'm doing, like, if he even cares or if he just cares about his bagel.
Right.
The lady is, like, staring at me like...
She's locked in.
She's, like, locked in, like, full, like,
so is she
razor.
The vocal...
No, it was just, like, this random lady. And then the other guy, like, it looked like he was falling asleep. So I had, like, 3 different, like, people,
right.
And they made me feel very, like... I don't know.
So you got the opera lead-in,
and
then 3 disinterested judges, or whatever they are, evaluators.
Yeah, and then so I leave, and walking down this hallway.
Would you get any feedback from them after you finished?
No, you just go. You just leave.
Could you get a read on them? Like, did it look like anything moved them at all, or interest, or nothing?
No, they were just
poker
like,
face.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had no idea what was. So no one told me how to leave, So
Right.
this is the funny part. I walk down this hallway, and I take a right, and I walk into the dance studio. In the middle of everyone's audition, everyone's staring at me while they're doing, like, pirouettes, whatever.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, gosh, why the heck did I do that?
Right.
So then I have to, like, skirt out of there.
Right.
And
Did you throw in a quick dance audition while you were there?
oh, no. I was, like,
Like, just in case
I
vocals
was
don't work
scared.
out?
Like, the lady, like, looked at me. She was like, and I was, okay. So I leave, and I'm like, just, the stress. And then March 1st rolls around, and I knew I was going to get it in March. My, like, letter.
Your decision letter. All right, so
Yeah.
you took an admission test. They got your transcripts, and then you did the audition. So how long of a wait? Your audition was what, January?
I think it was, like, January 19th,
All right, so you
something
got,
around
like,
that time.
2 months you're waiting
So,
around.
yeah.
So what was that period like?
Okay, so at that point, a lot of people were asking me where I was going to high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of like, well, I applied here, but if I don't get in here, I'm going to go here.
Right.
And
So you're like
that
in limbo.
was, yeah, so that was kind of like weird because you were like, didn't know what to expect.
Right.
And, so my mom was on vacation
Right.
and someone texts me and tells me that they got into the school.
Uh-huh.
Can I say it or not?
Yeah.
Okay. PAA.
Right. So you're going to
the Performing Arts Academy. It's one of the Ocean County vocational technical schools.
Cool.
Okay. So someone didn't text me. Someone texted one of my friends and told them that they got in, and I was like, "Oh my God, you have got to be kidding me. It comes on the week that I'm not home."
Right.
So pretty much I find a ride to get to my house.
Right. So I think you messaged me like, "Can you drive me
home so
Right.
I can go check my mailbox?"
Right.
And
then you dusted me for at casing macing, right?
I
Didn't
don't
she drive
know.
you?
no.
Oh, Casey. I thought Casey took you.
No.
Okay.
I don't know. That would have been an experience. Dave's brother took me.
Okay. See.
So I got an uncle ride, and he drove me probably a mile away.
Right.
And you're coming to pick me up. So I'm like, Dad's coming, and we have to be back because we made a pizza. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go get this. So I FaceTime one of my friends, and she's, talking me through it. She's like, you're going to be fine. I'm so excited. We're, both freaking out in the car. I, run out of the car. The car's still, moving. I'm like, shoo. And I go in the mailbox, and I pick, I get, the letter, whatever.
Is it a thin envelope, fat envelope?
So, no, it's just, a piece of paper in it. And
See, the urban legend was, if you got in, the envelope's thick. If you don't, it's, one letter.
It wasn't like that.
So were you freaked out when you
So,
first got it?
I knew it was either going to be an acceptance letter or a decline letter. So
Yeah.
I see it says OCBTS on it, and I'm like, okay. So I just open it right up, and I take it out, and I literally read the thing. It's you are accepted into, and then I'm staring at it, I'm still looking at it, not even fathoming the fact. And then when I realized, I just screamed. I was like, ah! And I was like, oh my God. So then I had to hang up on my friend. I called Mom. She's in a hotel lobby, screaming her head off. She's
Right.
like, holy shit.
Swear jars in the other room. It's all right. Go ahead.
And freaking out.
Right. That's cool.
Actually having a full-on panic attack, screaming. Then
Right.
I don't know, did I call you?
Yes.
Yeah, I called you too, and yeah. So then, yeah, that's how I got in.
That's pretty awesome. So what was the rest of 8th grade like after that?
I don't even know.
A whirlwind, a blur.
Yeah, pretty much. It went
Yeah.
really fast. We pretty much just took state tests, had to do good,
Right.
and then the last few weeks were very I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of checked out. We were all kind of done with the school, not gonna lie.
Right.
We were all just we've been here. I was there for 9 years, and I was done.
Yeah. That's cool. So I just got a quick text message I want to share with you that
Oh gosh.
I want to shout out to the Rider University Musical Theater Program. They want to say they're keeping their eyes on you during your PAA years, and want to see how things turn out. Maybe consider you for Rider in the future.
Cool. Yeah.
So you've had your high school orientation. So how do you feel about going into high school? Does it feel different? Does it feel like life-changing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very different.
So,
I don't know, like, I know people, but I don't literally, like, know them.
Right.
So
Christian
be
went to
interesting.
a performing
I went to performing arts high school.
arts.
Oh, cool.
I went to Howell High School.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So where are you going?
PAA.
Ooh, nice.
So,
Great thing. You're gonna have a good time. It's an adjustment, obviously.
Yeah.
But once you get past that and you kind of just delve deep into the work and the school life of it, it's a fun time, man. I miss my high school days.
All right, that's cool.
So are you worried?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I'm very like over the top, like overly involved for the people that don't know me.
Right.
I like literally did everything anything at my old school. Like I was student council president, then my 8th grade class vice president, and I played every sport I could.
Right.
Lose my voice. And then I was like in all like the musicals, like I did everything I could.
Yeah.
So I can't like do that as much at this school because like I'm gonna play sports through a different high school,
Right.
and then like you can't really do everything at the same time like you can at my old school because
Right.
it's like kind of specialized to do that pretty
Right.
much.
Because your old school, you had there's only 14 kids.
Yeah.
They're trying to accommodate they needed everyone to participate
Yeah, exactly.
in everything, right? But you'll figure it out. I mean, so you're going from being involved in like everything possible to like as
Whatever
of today,
I can.
you're in like nothing.
Yeah.
Right? So does that feel weird starting out?
A little bit. I'm gonna have to adjust that, but like.
But that will change in like the first week of school.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. So, what else about high school? Like, what are you looking forward to? What are you nervous about?
I'm nervous about taking the bus. I know it sounds stupid, but
It's not stupid. You've never taken a bus
I've
to
never
school
actually
before?
taken a bus to school.
Right.
I know, right?
And what time are you getting on this bus?
6:35 in the morning.
That's sweet. We got one more quick shout out.
Oh my god.
Goldine Gilbert is
Oh my god.
Sammy G in the house. For the kids out there, follow Samantha Gilbert. Is she your role model in life in some ways? Say no. Say
Is
no.
she watching this?
Yeah.
Is she watching it?
She is, yeah.
Hi, Sam. I love Sam so much. Sam's my best friend.
Yeah.
Sam's crazy, but Sam's my best friend.
So Sam, in some ways, is like your an early performer inspiration for you. Do you remember Sam's YouTube video days?
Oh, yeah. I'm really sad that you deleted all those, Sam. Like, come on. You got your beauty.
She's like the original Colleen, right?
Yeah,
In some ways.
pretty much.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
All right, so you're looking forward to what were you? I forget. You're nervous about taking the bus. So you're getting on the bus at 6:30. So what's your game plan for attacking that? What time did you get up for school last year?
Like 7.
Yeah.
It started at 8:15 last year, so now it starts at 7:20 something.
All right.
So.
Do you want to say anything to the politicians out there about changing school times? You want to make this a cause of yours, or are you gonna go with it?
I don't care.
You're gonna make it happen.
Whatever.
All right. What else are you nervous about for high school?
Like making friends.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But like, I'm not that worried about it, but I'm just like.
So that's another weird area
nervous.
where social media is different compared to when I was a kid. Because I went to a new school for 8th grade, and it was a little similar setup to you, where I had to like hop on one bus, go to some high school, change, and then go to my 8th grade school or
Yeah.
whatever. And it was the same thing. Like I didn't know I met one kid at basketball camp that summer who was going to the school, so I sort of knew one person. But you had no other way to communicate with anyone beforehand. So you've actually like sort of quasi met like people that are going to your school,
Mm-hmm.
and you sort of know them through
Yeah.
what, Snapchat or something, or Instagram? What's the main way you know them?
I actually got added to like a group chat
Mm-hmm.
because I know like I'm like mutual friends with one girl,
Right.
and so then like I kind of knew a lot of people, sort of.
Yeah.
But not really, because when you saw them in real life, like you realized who they were, and they were like, "Oh, you're that random girl in the group chat that doesn't go to any of the Toms River schools." Like,
Okay.
I mean, technically I do, but I don't.
Right. So a lot of the kids are coming in, like knowing a handful of other people.
Yeah, because I feel like a majority are from like Toms River and Brick.
That's cool.
So like, and those are big schools, so they have like a lot of people coming from them.
Right. And did you cover what you're looking forward to about high school?
Nope. I mean, it's definitely gonna be a new experience, which is really cool, and I feel like I can like, instead of going to like a lake house once a week and only being able to like sing and stuff once a week, like not twice a week, but whatever.
Right.
I'll be able to go like every single day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like a new cool experience.
So that's pretty cool. You actually have a vocal class
Yeah.
during your first semester, and it looks like you'll probably sing
You have it all year.
every week, right? Yeah. And your classroom has like keyboards instead of desks, basically. And
Yep.
that's pretty cool. So what are you hoping to get out of, let's say, your first year of high school?
I don't know. I don't. I should set some goals actually. Now that I think about it. I don't know. Just to like, I don't know, be better. I guess. I definitely want to start like writing more music.
Mm-hmm.
Get better at some instruments.
Right. Any particular instruments?
I dabble.
What do you dabble?
Piano, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then like I know a little bit of bass, but
Right.
I'm not anything.
You know any ukulele?
Oh, I know ukulele too. I forgot about that.
Got a couple tunes on that. That's cool. What kind of music are you into these days?
I don't know, whatever I like. I don't know. I'll like hear a song and I'll like it, but
Right.
then I won't like anything else in that genre, so it's like weird.
Right.
It's just like what I like.
That's cool. So you recently did a what do you call it? Where you sang for people. What was that thing called at Lake House?
Recital.
Yeah, you had a recital and you sang a song from Waitress. So you're sort of branching over into not just listening to pop music, but some like theater music, I guess you'd call it, right?
Yeah.
And you got to see Waitress yesterday. What's your review of the show?
Go see it before it closes in
Yeah.
January. You won't regret it.
Did you love it?
Yeah, I've been wanting to see it for a really long time.
Yeah. Did it live up to your expectations?
Exceeded.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of it, but
I mean, I was pretty blown away by the quality of the singers.
yeah, they're all like incredible. And honestly, like most of them aren't like the original like cast, so it's like crazy how they still like were like insane.
Yeah. So what do you think as a singer when you see someone sing like that on stage?
Like I want to be like I want to be like that,
Yeah.
but like in my own way, you know?
Right.
Like I don't know. Like I'm not the best. I don't know. I don't think I have the best stage presence. I don't know if other people like disagree, but I don't think I have the best stage presence.
Right.
So like I want to be able to like be a lot like crazier, I
Right.
guess, on stage, but so like a lot of those people are able to like dance and everything like
Mhm.
all over stage, and I just think that's so cool.
Right.
So I think that's definitely like one thing that this like the school that I'm going to, they definitely like that. Like they're doing a lot of vocal showcases, and
Right.
they said you need to know how to like move around and stuff. So that's one thing that I'm kind of excited for,
Right.
because I've never been like really taught that. And
Right.
you just kind of have to figure it out on your own.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's something you probably grow into also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As you get older and more. I mean, sometimes you see the kids that have been in like quote unquote show business since like age 5, right?
Yeah.
And they're hams and they're like running around and doing stuff. But if you can't sing, I mean, I'm sure there's singers out there that have a mind-blowing stage presence and something about them, so you kind of overlook maybe what they lack in vocals, right? But I think having the vocal talent first is important, and then the stage thing always comes, can come together later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, definitely at first I was just like holding the microphone, and I'm like,
Yeah, 'cause you're holding on for dear life,
yeah,
right?
because I'm like, what the heck? There's like
people looking at
20
me.
people in front of me. Wow.
Right. And there's a lot of singers that's the biggest thing they have to overcome is like there's tons of singers that have stage fright, right? There's singers that don't even, like, world famous.
Sia.
Yeah, that's right. But there's people that, like, are some of the most famous vocalists in the world that rarely perform because they have, like, crippling stage fright.
Harry Nilsson.
What's that?
Harry Nilsson was one of the best songwriters of from a long time ago. One of the best songwriters ever. And one of the best songwriters ever, Harry Nilsson. Never performed, but one of the highest grossing, not like by dollar, songwriters ever worked. Amazing. If you look up his music, you'll love it.
That's cool. I mean, didn't Adele have stage fright?
Yeah.
She talked about that, I think I want to say like Barbara Streisand even or something. Like, I don't even know. But there's a couple. Who's the instructor at Lake House I was telling you about? She does her own solo stuff, but she's also a singer in Daughter Vision.
Oh, Emily Grove.
Yeah, Emily Grove. I meant to share it with you, but everyone should check out. She does a TED Talk in Asbury talking about like basically being a singer was her passion, but also her biggest weakness was she's basically afraid of being on stage, so like she had to overcome that. Who are you smiling to on the camera? You're so like looking at you.
Myself.
So you went from being totally opposed to coming in here to now being a ham, smiling for the camera and flashing peace signs. That's cool. Do you want to sing anything for us? Give us a little taste of your chops. Christian's down for it.
I'll put on the instrumental.
Do you want an instrumental track of something? Or you probably have instrumental on your phone.
Of what?
Do you want to sing what you did for your Waitress thing? Your recent recital piece? Do you want to sing it?
Sure. I mean, I don't have to sing with an instrumental if it's...
Do you want to do acapella?
Actually...
I'll beatbox for you.
That's actually a good one, too. All right, she's scrolling through.
Is there an instrumental of it?
Of what song?
What Baking Can Do.
There
might be one on YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out.
Do you want to see if we got What Baking Can Do?
What Baking Can Do.
Instrumental.
No problem.
All right, so you had a couple days of surprises here. You got to see Waitress. You got the podcast. Do you feel glad that you're podcasting now? You were very opposed to it on our way over here.
Okay, I wasn't necessarily opposed to it. I was just angry that I was woken up early.
Okay. So do you like the podcast experience so far?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You think you'd do one for yourself?
I wouldn't go that far, but...
Would you be totally, like, embarrassed? So I told Ming we should go down to PAA maybe and do a little Actually, I told him we should come to Lavalette before, but we never made it while we were there. So would you, like, totally freak out if your dad rolled into podcast at your school?
Yeah. What Baking Can Do.
Boom, boom.
From,
all right.
You can write Waitress, too.
Waitress.
It's probably there.
Can do. There is a karaoke version. Nice. All right, so we talked about your first year goals. What are your longer-term life goals?
Oh,
Lay it on the line right now.
I have no idea.
What do you want to do with your life?
Do I have to say it like that?
Yeah. It's a little. That's from the MTV video days.
I don't know.
Before your time, also.
I don't really know.
Do you feel like you want to pursue something in the arts?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, we'll evaluate you during the song and see if you have a future in
I'm
the arts.
not ready for this. I'm sorry. Yeah, it should be fine.
All right, we got Presley Balmer doing a little What Baking Can Do from Waitress.
All right.
On the spot.
Make it work, make it easy, make it clever, craft it into pieces. Make it sweet, crimp the edges, or make it sour and serve with lemon wedges. Even doubt can be delicious, and it washes off of all the dirty dishes. When it's done, I can smile. It's on someone else's plate for a while. I place it on display, and then I'll slice and serve my worries away. I can fix this, I can twist it into sugar, butter, covered pieces. Never mind what's underneath it, I have done it before. I'll bake me a door to help me get through. I learned that from you, Mama. It's amazing what baking can do. Make it up and surprise them. Tell them all my secrets, but disguise them so they dance on the tongues of the very people that they're secret from. Make it soon, make it better, though better never lasts forever. I'll make it small so it fits. Even this, even now, even as the walls come tumbling down, even as I can't stop remembering how every door we ever made, we never once walked down. Something I never got the chance to ask her about. So with flour on my hands, I'll show them all how goddamn happy I am. Sugar, butter, flour, don't let me down. Let's see the next amazing thing baking does now.
Wow, dude, that was awesome. Good job.
Thanks.
I would get an applause there, but I didn't have any. Wait, hold on, I got this.
That's sweet.
Audience applause.
We got some quick audience reaction.
God damn it, you got it. All right, hold on. I
Here
got
we
this
go.
for you. No, well, damn it, YouTube and your
Oh,
commercials. Oh, wait, here we go. I think. There we go.
Sweet.
And the cheering.
That was cool. That's killer. I mean, you should be very proud of yourself. I could never do that. I could never show up
Even on command, I wouldn't
on
be
command.
able to.
Yeah, I know, totally.
That takes props.
And you didn't even
Thank
prepare,
you.
really. You had 5 minutes on the way over. You got a quick heads up this morning that we were going and doing it. So
Yeah,
you did a quick warm up in the car. How's it feel?
good.
Your
Now
MulletCast
have a-
debut.
You now have a recorded cover and put it on YouTube.
That's right. Very good. Awesome job. All right, I
Thank
think
you.
you might have a future in this if you
Yeah,
desire.
if I want.
If you
I
want.
want. I don't know. I have to.
It's something that's, you don't have to obviously decide anything now, but it's like, it's a cool, if you're something you enjoy doing, right? It's a
Yeah.
nice outlet to be able to, just like the way you liked playing sports, be able to sing, do that. It's something you like to do, right?
Yeah. I mean, even if I don't do it as like my career,
Yeah.
like I would definitely always like have it as something else I would do, like either on the side or just like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. But like, I don't know, it's not the only thing that like I really, really enjoy. So.
Yeah. What else do you enjoy?
I don't know. I really want. For a while, I've kind of liked like the teaching route. So yeah, a lot of people tell me that I'd be a good teacher. Like
Right.
a lot of my actual old like teachers said I would be a really good teacher.
That's cool. It's
So
funny,
I don't know,
like
that kind of like.
one thing I noticed with you, you're sort of like a Pied Piper for little kids. I don't know if you know what that means, but like I remember a lot of times at school and even your graduation, like a lot of kids kind of gravitate towards you, and little kids like.
I'm friends. Okay, this is a lot of people know this, but I'm friends with I was friends with a lot of like the 6th and 7th graders last year.
Right.
And like even like the kindergartners, like all of them, like I liked all of them.
Right.
But it's funny because like when it comes to my siblings, I'm so like mean, and it looks like I'm such a terrible like person with kids. But it's just because I like to annoy them.
Yeah.
And I find them annoying.
It's like a mutual annoyance.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed like even when you guys fight, you still post loving things about them sometimes, occasionally. Do you want to give your siblings a quick shout out?
Sup? They're not gonna be listening to this. Are you kidding?
Of course. Siblings are interesting because you grew up as an only child for a long time, and then
8 years.
you wanted brothers and sisters and everything, and they,
Yeah.
there's a famous saying that says, "Be careful what you wish for, because it might come true." And then suddenly you were bombarded with kids everywhere.
Three kids.
What was that experience like?
Weird.
Yeah.
I wasn't used to. I mean, actually, I can't complain because it really wasn't that bad. But I have favorites.
Oh yeah. We're not gonna get into that on the air. I'm sure your favorites change here and there, right? Depends on the
I
day.
mean, there's always one in last.
Yeah. There's always what?
There's always one in last.
What? What'd you say?
It's always the same.
Oh, it is.
If you know, you know.
That's right. It's on a need-to-know basis. I'm sure you love them all equally.
No,
right?
I do love them all. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. You do like to say, well, never mind. We won't even get into all that stuff. Do you want to give your cousins a shout out? You already shouted out Sam and G.
Hi,
else?
Sam and Sophia and Joe. Joe, you're probably playing Xbox right now, and you could care less about what I'm saying, but I love you, man. Sophia.
Hashtag boo back.
Sophia, I'm mad at you. You know why? Not going to expose you. Sam. Sup? Don't get your phone taken away again.
Nice. Keep it real. All right. Any parting words you want to talk about?
Like what?
I don't know. Any
What's a
thoughts?
parting word?
Any thoughts for the kids?
Be happy. Don't worry.
There might be a song in there.
Oh, you think?
Be happy.
No.
Don't worry.
Oh gosh. Someone get him vocal lessons.
Yeah, you're close. You're onto something. Maybe keep tweaking it a little bit. You get it? I don't know. Play around with the ordering of the words. You might be onto something. I smell a hit. All right, cool. Presley Balmer. It's good to have you in here on the MulletCast.
Peace out.
Thanck you for coming in against your will.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
Against my will.
What do you want to do for the rest of the day? You got
Go to the beach, please.
Cool. You're gonna go to the beach. You're gonna do some vocal lessons later.
Yep.
DRL. David Russelon. Thanks for coming in the MulletCast. We appreciate it.
Yep.
We'll check in with you again soon. Maybe we'll catch an update. Like,
Oh, gosh.
what do you want to come in? Like midway through your semester? You want to wait a year? Come back again?
Sam's texting me. Sorry. Yeah.
All right.
Summer before junior year. Let's
All
do
right,
that.
cool. We'll check you out at that time, see what's new and exciting.
If this is still happening.
All right, cool. Hopefully, the MulletCast might be going off the air soon.
I don't know.
Well, now that we've had you on, like,
what's
left to do, right?
Who's
now
next?
We gotta get her in the mullet.
That's right.
Oh,
All right.
gosh.
The moment she's all been waiting
My
for.
bun's a little.
She's gonna put on the mullet. All right. Thanks for checking out the special MulletCast with Presley Balmer. Follow her on Instagram. We won't say her. We don't want a bunch of creepers stalking you, so we won't say it. My name's Evan Balmer. Follow me on Instagram at Evan Balmer. Thanks to everyone for shouting out today. Thank you, Rider University, for your continued support.
Yes, Ryder. Love you, Polly and Greg.
Let's get that sponsorship check in the mail. All right, check out the MulletCast. Thanks.
Peace.